Yes, John did an amazing job. I haven't seen him present, but he really shared some amazing resources with the group today. So I'm not going to focus so much on resources, but I'm going to share with you practical things that you, as an agent, a broker owner, whether you're from the States or outside the States, that you can implement to differentiate yourself to attract more opportunities. So I'm the founder of a certification called Luxury Listing Specialist, and many of our clients are agents and brokers looking to differentiate themselves in developments like that Ashton Martin last night. What a great development that is, that high-rise 66 level. So we're going to share with you some ways that you too can take these strategies and implement them. But that's the key. We've had some great presenters yesterday and today, and I know we had the tip as far as the bags and the business cards, and that's a great suggestion. The other thing I would recommend to everybody today is on your way back home, and if this is home for you, sometimes it's most difficult to attend the training that's in your backyard because life happens as soon as you go back home tonight and tomorrow morning. But if you did travel, and even if you are local, I would suggest you block off some time over the next few days and prioritize all your notes into actionable ideas, things that you will implement, because there's so many great ideas here, but the real test is when you walk out the door. So I'm going to challenge all of you to implement some of these strategies, prioritize, and implement. That's the key. I was a former high school health and physical education teacher, and I had a sign above the door that I told the kids, the real test is when you walk out the door. So same thing here. I want you guys to implement these great ideas that all these speakers have had for you today. So I'm going to skip through several of these slides because I want to show you a lot of examples today. So video. You heard John talk about this morning. Video's not going away. Fads come and go. Video's here to stay, and as John mentioned as well, if you own a Gmail account, you have a YouTube account, whether you know it or not, or it's free. So that's going to be one of my challenges for everybody here, is to have a YouTube channel, create a custom header, and to create some great content. So we're going to talk about content video today, as well as lifestyle marketing video. So why video? 73% of sellers say they want it. Okay, so it's a way for you to differentiate yourself from the competition. Everybody knows a real estate agent out there, so what are you going to do to differentiate yourself? It works, and we're in a show and tell industry. We are in a show and tell industry. It's one thing to talk about what makes you different and unique. It's another thing to show it. So it's not optional anymore. It's a new gold standard with visual marketing. All right, so I grew up as a kid, I went to Blockbusters on Friday nights, and I was a Toys R Us kid, and unfortunately Toys R Us and Blockbuster, they didn't adapt with change, and so they're like dinosaurs, they're extinct. And there's a lot of downward pressure. I go to a lot of these big conferences, and I can tell you one of the key buzzwords that we're hearing in the States a lot is disruptor, disruption, disruptor. Okay, there's a lot of disruption going on in our industry, so what are you doing to adapt? Okay, what are you doing to adapt? Who likes free, by the way? Free. It's the most powerful word in marketing. If you don't believe me, when you go home, put some garbage at the end of your curb and put a free sign. It'll be gone before you wake up. Okay? Now, I share that with you is because we have a podcast out there. It's called Luxury Listing Specialist, and I interviewed a guy named Kevin Foreman. He's with a company called Inrix. I saw Kevin... you know Kevin, there you go. So Kevin shared something that was alarming to me. Kevin talked about in the United States how the current average listing commission is 5.08% according to Real Trends. And Kevin's prediction is in the next 7 years that's going to drop down to 3.64%. Now I don't want to scare everybody in this room, but Kevin believes because of the iBuyers and the Redfins and that sort of thing, you're going to see commissions go down. Now naturally one of the things that you as an agent can do is bring more value to the table so that you can protect your fee. And one of the ways to bring value is how do you position yourself, and video is one of the ways you can do that. Now this is something that you might want to take a picture of this screen, but 10 easy ways, and I'm going to share with you different strategies you can use video, but these are 10 reasons that you should be using video today. Number 1, differentiate yourself from the competition. Number 2, you build trust. 15 years ago, if it was on the internet, it was true. Now, if it's on the internet, you know, the fake news and everything else, people don't trust that, that what they're reading is legitimate. So when you build videos and you create content and your authenticity comes through and you're not salesy, you're not selling people anything, you become likable. Theodore Roosevelt once says, nobody cares how much you know until they know you care. So be more likable. Present great information out there. Number 5, of course, Google loves video because Google owns YouTube. Number 6 is ROI squared. Most people know ROI is return on investment, but return on impression. Return on impression. I have one video that we've done for a property. We have over 125,000 views, and I know a lot of people that have a lot more than me, but that's just an example. That's free exposure. Number 7, it boosts conversion. Maybe you go on 10, for every 10 listing appointments you go on, you convert 7 into clients. Well, if you put a lot of video out there and great content and you're likable, then maybe you can boost that for 8 or 9 out of 10. Going on those same 10 appointments, you can get more listings. Number 9, it's easy to consume. And number 10, consumers want it. So many of you will say, well, I'll make videos when I lose 10 pounds, or when I do this, when I do that. And I understand, I've been there as well. One of my sayings, I was a former football coach, is shy real estate agents have skinny kids. Okay, let me repeat that. You are in the real estate business. Some of you are out there, you visit my booth, you brought cards, you're very sociable. Okay, I don't have time to go over the DISC personality profile, but many of you are high I. Okay, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. You like talking to people. That's great. That's half the battle in real estate, is talking to people. Okay, don't be shy. Step out of your comfort zone. These are all things that you've heard. So I'm going to give you some examples you can do on a $0 budget today. And of course, there's more advanced things you can do by hiring videographers to follow you around and do some of your drone videos and that sort of thing. But there's things you can do on a $0 budget. Number 1 is your smartphones. Many of you have smartphones that have a great video camera on them. Number 2 is you can get a camera. I still use this for a lot of my educational videos. Kodak is one of those dinosaurs. They didn't adapt, but this is the camera that I use. It's called a Kodak ZI-8. Okay, many of you have laptops or your desktops have a webcam on there. You can do videos, of course, from your computer. And I would recommend that you invest in some type of consistency in your videos and having a backdrop. Okay, maybe it's your company logo, your team's logo, that sort of thing. If you're a broker owner, I would invest in some type of 8x8 backdrop and encourage people in your office, agents in your office, to produce videos with your brand as the backdrop, the consistency. Again, as you look at my YouTube channel, you see consistency with all the backdrops. Now, John mentioned earlier, these are called thumbnails. So a thumbnail is an image before you hit the play button. And you can have words on your thumbnails to make them more clickable. I had the opportunity to share and show Scottie Pippen's home, and many call the greatest athlete of my generation, Michael Jordan's home, to a potential buyer that got traded to the Bears, a guy named Khalil Mack. NFL Player of the Year a few years ago. The day Khalil Mack was traded, I got this text message. I'm going to rewind here. The day he was traded, I got this text message. He was traded on a Saturday morning around 9 or 10 a.m. 6 p.m. that day, I got this text message. Could you give me a call back? I have a high-profile client I want to refer to you. So that's what happens when you put a lot of great content out there. He later shared with me, he saw all my videos and he said, I knew you knew what you were talking about. Okay, so putting good content out there is important. So let me fast forward here. So anyways, that was pretty cool to show Michael Jordan's home. It's been on the market for over 7.5 years. Kanye West, there was a rumor going around that Kanye West was interested in buying my $5.5 million listing. Look at the Zillow, I call it the Kanye West effect. We were averaging 430 views a day, and then the rumor came out that Kanye West was interested in buying my listing, and look at the spike in online activity. Again, did video have a major say and why Kanye was potentially interested, I don't know, but we do a lot with video, and that's really important. All right, so this is something you're going to want to take a picture of. These are 19 easy ways for you as an agent, as a broker owner, as a recruiter, as a team leader, as a developer, as an association, can encourage your agents to use video. Number one is the first bullet point, social media. Number two is, of course, on a blog or website. Number three is open houses. If this is my camera, you could be in front of the open house the day before the open house. Hey everybody, it's Michael LaFido. Behind me you see 123 Biscayne Boulevard. We're down here and we're going to be hosting an open house here tomorrow from noon to 2. Please make sure you come by. We're going to be giving away prizes or whatever. We'll have cookies, whatever you want to do. Or you can do the video at the actual open house. Some of you maybe saw yesterday I was doing a Facebook Live at the Ashton Martin residence. Testimonials. Testimonials are huge. Again, people are skeptical by nature today. So if you sit down with a homeowner and they talk about why selling with you was a different experience, it's much more believable than some testimonial on a website with the name Betty versus Betty on video. Okay, affiliates, that would be maybe your title companies, your lenders, your home warranty companies, your stagers, your inspectors. The best way to get a referral is give a referral. Can you imagine if I sat down with an affiliate and I did a video with them and I bragged about how they do what they say they're going to do to my database and my sphere? They're going to want to reciprocate. Maybe at lunchtime somebody held the door open for you and you held the door, you felt obligated to hold it to the person behind you. That's called reciprocity. So keep raising the bar for others and keep bringing value to your affiliates. Special effects, lifestyle films. I don't have time to go through all these, but hopefully you took a picture. Video emails. I'm a huge proponent of video emails. Again, you have left brain analytical people and you have right brain people. Most real estate agents are more right brain. They're creative than left brain. That's your analytical, hey, these walls are 2x5s. This home is built like, a brick house, right? And they go through all the details of the special features of the home. That's your left brain analytical. Those are your clients that write you those 8-paragraph emails and you cringe because I don't know if maybe you don't, I do. So for me, it's real easy to bang out a video response. I send videos before listing appointments. I have sellers pre-sold on us. They feel like they already know us. If you're recruiting agents, send out a video. It's a way to differentiate yourself. You can send thank you messages. It was great to meet you. I'm just checking in. I send 30, 60, 90-day review emails to my clients that I'm selling their homes. Okay, so video emails is great. My challenge for everybody here, the next time you follow up with a prospective buyer or seller, instead of following up via email or phone, send them a video and text it to them, a little link. And if you're lazy and you don't want to keep doing a bunch of videos, you can do an evergreen video. An evergreen video is speak in generalities. Okay, so hey, it's Michael LaFido. Thank you so much for contacting me about the property. It's really awesome. I'd be glad to set up a showing. Just let me know the times you're available. Look forward to hearing from you. You notice I didn't mention their name or the address. That's called an evergreen video. Now, of course, the more specific you are, you'll get a higher return on your time. So, hey, Teresa, thank you so much for contacting me about 123 Biscayne Boulevard. The property is absolutely amazing. I'd love to show it to you, so let me know your availability. So this is straight from Realtor.com. Their stats, they share this, how your conversion rate will skyrocket if you include video. Testimonials are huge. Okay, I've tried to do case studies and testimonials as many times as I can. I have a book on my booth. Come back and see me afterwards. It talks about case studies, case studies, case studies. Okay, but show videos of satisfied sellers. All right, let's talk about content marketing. Ways to attract opportunities in your marketplace. This would be one of the first things that I would do if I moved to Coral Gables from Chicago, is I would start to do some content marketing tips, highlight different businesses, highlight developers, builders, okay? I would do educational tips for buyers. So a great tip right now is why buying, in the fall is a smart decision versus waiting to the springtime when everybody else is looking to buy. That might be a tip. Number 2, educational tips for sellers. Should you put your home on the market now, or should you wait till 2020 in the springtime? Then you can educate on how historically 2020, being an election year, historically election years are a little bit slower. Too many people are on the fence because they don't know what they want to do. So keep it real simple. Tips for buyers and tips for sellers. And then the third would be market updates. How are home prices doing today in November in 2019 versus November of 2018? Okay, that would be market updates. You could do tips for future sellers and that sort of thing. All right, I'm going to give you market updates, case studies. I'm going to give you some examples of these here in a minute. This video isn't the best quality. The lighting wasn't great. This is me and an 80-year-old seller. You can see it's a little dark, but good is good enough. Okay, should I have brought some light boxes? Absolutely. But if you hear an 80-year-old Nancy talk about how the selling experience was enjoyable compared to her previous experience, that's more believable than just a testimonial. All right, I'm going to show you some videos here. And now we're going to make the shift to what I call lifestyle videos. You have this amazing property, this mansion. I believe the fastest way for everybody in this room to get instant credibility from your database and your sphere and people that know you, like you, and trust you, matter of fact, people that don't like you and trust you on social media, is you land that first trophy listing. Okay, so I'm going to give you examples. These are best opening scenes. When you're doing a property video, you got to have an amazing opening scene. You got to grab that buyer. I rented a horse. I brought in 4 cars. I did this video 5 years ago. It was a $10,000 video. Today it would be probably $2,000. These are just best opening scenes right now. This video here, I brought in $2.5 million worth of vehicles. It cost me nothing because of my networking group. I brought in 3 Lamborghinis, 2 Rolls Royces, okay? So those are powerful opening scenes. Normally, of course, we have video, we have music playing with the video, but I wanted to talk over this. This is an opening scene. Look at that Porsche Cayenne there. I wanted to show the location, so immediately I flew over the property. I hit some bullet points here with the property. I didn't even know how to open the mirrors on this car, but I borrowed the owner's Porsche Cayenne. I couldn't get the mirrors to open, but good is good enough, okay? Here are very unique and creative scenes. I was selling a home that had a train that went around the 1 acre like Ricky Schroeder from Silver Spoons. We had a themed birthday party with my kids. I met the potential buyers. I took them on the train. Be creative with your videos. That's how they're shareable and people will like them. Okay, so you got to have fun, and you got to think outside the box. It's our job as agents and brokers to know what the best features are and highlight those features and downplay the least favorable. There's nothing in our MLS that states you got to show pictures of every bedroom or things that aren't making the home look better, so to speak. This is my first drone video. It's kind of Blair Witch Project-ish. It was 6 years ago, but still, 75% of agents aren't even doing drone videos when they're showing horse arenas. I was selling a property that had a Twister-themed bathroom. Remember the board game? From 50 years ago. So I brought in the board game. Don't just tell people it's got privacy glass. You need to show them. So we will actually take furniture on the inside and some towels and various accessories. This has nothing to do with the house, but it's just pretty cool. Had a 22-car garage I was selling, so I brought in these vehicles. There's me and my kids. I bring my kids in the videos. Have your fans on, your fireplaces on. I like to have the golf channel on, have the same TV station on for consistency. There's the most interesting man in the world. He was in one of my videos. So you should have 3 types of videos. By the way, seller narration, sitting down with the seller. I was selling a home that had a barn on the property. The seller provided footage from weddings and post-proms, and we interviewed him. We spliced audio clips in the video. Why did we do that? Because it touches on those emotional buttons. People buy on emotion, and they justify on logic, but they buy on emotion. It's our job to hit those emotional buttons, okay? I brought in props. You got to bring in props for your photos and your videos, too. Best locations. I was selling that home that had that Twister-themed bathroom. It was in downtown Chicago. It was near Wrigley Field. So I sent my videographer to Wrigley Field. Okay, so you have to tell don't just throw your keys to your videographer and say, hey, do your thing. No, I'm a recovering perfectionist, but I'm a little bit of a micromanager with my videographer. I was selling this home in Evanston near Northwestern University. I purposely filmed it on a Saturday because I wanted the stadium, the football stadium, to be filled. Again, have good visuals, have some good bullet points in your video. I wanted to show Lake Michigan with the boats. Okay, if I had something that was on one of the inner causeways or water, you have to show it. So again, have good bullet points, show the location, and this is really important when you're doing these lifestyle videos. Now, the introduction is really important, as I mentioned. The other thing is the outro, or when you're taking away from the video is important. But these are some cool indoor scenes. We set the scene with some wine and some glass. This was a sports themed party. People were supposed to wear their Bears jerseys, and literally we tell people the video camera will be rolling. Just pretend like it's not there, and we just get people in their natural environment, talking, having drinks. Don't just tell people it's got a steam room. Show them. Look, I got the owner to come out with the steam coming out. So again, these are just splices of some of our unique videos, okay? Now tonight, some of you last night, I had Randy was there with me. I asked for a copper mug. I like Moscow mules. They come in a copper mug. So in this scene, we had an indoor, there was the copper mugs there, and the way I looked at it is, hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, it's happy hour somewhere. And so have fun in your videos, okay? Be creative. Don't just say it's got an elevator, show it. It's our job as agents to accentuate the best features through video and through photos. You can bring in the best copywriter in the world to write the description, you know, the MLS description. They're not going to read it if they don't like the photos. They'll swipe left. You need more swipe rights on your listings. And video is a way to differentiate yourself. It's also a way for you to win more listing appointments. I show up on a listing appointment with my video book. It's got a 10-inch monitor. Okay? We can do up to 2 hours of video on this. Sure, I can show up with my iPad and do the same thing, but it's different. When everybody else is showing up with an iPad and a laptop, I'm showing up different. And I believe that's part of what you need to do, and John mentioned that this morning as well. You have to differentiate yourself. Everybody knows a real estate agent. You can't keep doing the same thing as everybody else. Now, this was a great scene. We wanted the thought process to be, hey, this is a great neighborhood. You can entertain. There's Dad back there playing football, where the real housewives of Wheaton are drinking wine. I mean, you got to really hit those buttons when you're showing these properties. This was that house. I repurposed the horse. I invested $900 for that horse, so I repurposed it in multiple scenes, okay? Always have a plan B with your videos. Make sure your drone guy has a backup on hand with you. In this case, we were supposed to get on the owner's boat. It didn't start, but we thought ahead of time, and we said, what's our plan B? Do we have another boat ahead of time? So you got to always have a plan B when it comes to video. All right. You want to go to the next one, please? All right, so this is a type of video that doesn't help you sell the home. This is a type of video that helps differentiate yourself from the competition. So we are actually filming my filmer, and my team is filming me as I'm preparing the home for sale, as I'm cleaning the grill, as I'm doing those things. So we're showing the drone. I know you can't hear me. I'm trying not to smash the Range Rover up against the garage as I'm talking. Now this next scene is a little Blair Witch Project. It's a little shaky, so forgive me. But look at this right here. That's the final product of the video, and that's us filming him behind the scenes. I'm giving you some ideas, so when you show up on a listing appointment and they're saying, why should we hire you versus the competition? And you could show them that you're willing to go above and beyond and do the things your competition isn't willing to do. That's how you differentiate yourself. Now, look at the behind the scenes. We opened these wine doors magically. No, we didn't. We had fishing wire. This is me showing you how we open the doors. The final scene, check it out. The final scene, bottom left. Look at the doors magically open, but that's what we're doing. We're pulling the doors with fishing wire. I get more people commenting on these videos than I do the ones I'm spending $500, $1,000, $1,500 on. So this is a behind the scenes video. So the next time you or your team is going to do a drone video and maybe bring in some props or actors or cars, film the filmer. We invited the media. My booth is next to the Miami newspaper. Invite the media. There's me with the grill. I have Windex. I'm cleaning the grill. What does that subconsciously tell that seller? Man, this guy's OCD, but he's willing to do the things that competition isn't. These are the little girls seeing the backyard for the first time. They're showing up to do that video. So we invited the magazine. They sent a photographer. Human beings are lazy by nature. So if the Miami Herald says no, then you should say, well, listen, would you like me to send you some photos and videos in case you decide to do a story on it? You want to give news outlets stories on silver platters.
All the actors, including the Real Housewives of Wheaton, of course, the backyard football coach, all the team football players and the girls, thank you so much, and of course the behind-the-scenes footage. And remember, additional marketing such as listing it on the mobile listing service and Facebook isn't enough. By the way, it never is. Contact us. We're willing to do things that no other.
The owner gave us a nice quote on the video.
And again, if you want more information on this luxury home visit, 321.
Okay, so that's an idea. I'm trying to give you guys different perspectives. Don't just do the lifestyle videos with the drones and the actors. I gave you a lot of examples of best opening scenes. You want to highlight the best features. You also want to have a powerful outro. The outro is the part of the video, that lasting impression. Think of me. I know you don't know me that well, but think of your potential viewer as someone that's got ADD and their attention span is that of your kids. So you have to hit them right off the bat with something that's powerful. So this might be a writer downer for you. You should have 3 types of videos when you're doing property lifestyle videos. 3 types. A multiple listing compliant version. In other words, it's not branded with you and your logo and your contact info. So that's number 1. So when I'm interviewing a videographer, I'm telling him I need 3 versions. Number 2 is a branded version with my brand on it, with my contact information. Then the 3rd version is what I call a highlight version, a condensed 1-minute version. Normally these videos are 3 to 4 minutes long. The property videos, 3 to 4 minutes long. I've done some that are 2 minutes long. I did one that was 6 minutes because the seller wanted us to show everything. Okay? That was too long. But you also want to do a highlight version that's about a minute or less. Okay, so 3 versions. We're going to talk about Facebook Live. Raise your hand if you've done a Facebook Live at a luxury event or a luxury property. Raise your hand. Keep them raised. Now look around. Teresa, look around here. We got 20% of the room right now is raising their hands. So my challenge for the other 80% while you are here at this conference is to do a Facebook Live with this beautiful hotel as the backdrop. Part of what you are doing is you're educating the people on Facebook and your database and your sphere on what you do for a living. I am representing a home in the Chicagoland market. Anybody hear of the TV show Empire? It's on Fox. It's in its 6th and final season. It was a referral from somebody in my I was friends with on Facebook. She had seen me doing videos and other things at other luxury properties, and her aunt and uncle's home had been on for a couple years. That's how I got the listing. My point is, you have to put yourself out there. The more you're doing with videos, now don't be this Facebook video person that's doing them 3 times a day. Be selective. But if you're at a unique property or a unique event like this is, what better way for you to position yourself as a global real estate agent? Now, I'm only licensed in Illinois. But I could cheerfully refer to wherever you're at and collect a referral fee. That's what's great about our industry. Referral fees are global. So what are you doing to position yourself as a global agent? You're at the 25th annual Global Congress event. What better way to do it? So during happy hour or drinks, take some videos. So I'm going to do a Facebook Live here in a few minutes and share with you. 80% of you did not raise your hand, and that's pretty consistent. When I do these trainings across the country, 10 to 20% of real estate agents are consistently creating videos. Tips for buyers, tips for sellers, market updates. Where do you put them, Mike? Social media? Upload them to your YouTube channel, which is free. YouTube is free. Tag them, like John was talking about today. It's free. You can do it on your smartphone. All right, so that's going to be my challenge for you. We'll do one. You could do Facebook Lives at unique properties, unique events. The first three things I would do if I were to move to Coral Gables and I didn't know anybody here and I hung my license with somebody is I would visit broker open luxury broker opens, and I'd get the listing agent authorization ahead of time, and I would say, hey, would you mind if I shot a video at your broker open tomorrow that I plan on attending? Is there any room that you don't want me to video or take photos of? Okay, that's one of the first things I would do is I would attend other people's broker opens or open houses to help position you. If you grow your knowledge, your confidence will grow. Let me say that again. Grow your knowledge and your confidence will follow. It will grow. The more confident you are, the more likely you step out of your comfort zone. You do some prospecting and some lead generation in that high-rise building that you've never even shown before. Okay, step outside of your comfort zone. Film your video shoot. When those 7 cars, I know you saw that opening scene where I had those $2.5 million worth of vehicles. I filmed that on Facebook Live. We had over 730 views within a day. The average YouTube video, do you know how many views the average YouTube video has? 400. I mean, I could spend $1,000 on a video and get 400 views possibly. I got 700 in a day. I was filming these exotic cars pulling up one after another. People, for whatever reason, they like mansions and they like cars. That's why if you're on Instagram and you post mansions all the time, you'll probably get a lot more followers. All right, so I showed you lifestyle films. The key to lifestyle films or any videos you do is make sure you have powerful thumbnail images. A thumbnail is the image on YouTube or before you hit the play button. So I'm selling a winery in the outside of Chicagoland, and there's my team's logos and the winery name, Rocky Waters Winery. Here's that property where I brought in the vehicles. This is the video that has now it's 125,000. Branding the property, you can give a lot of these unique properties names. Unique properties should have names. I gave the name to this home as the Palace Royale. You see, it was a stigmatized property. Before it was known as Villa Taj. I was the previous agent, or excuse me, it was listed before. And it was known as Villa Taj. It was a bank foreclosure. It was the highest priced property for sale in Illinois at $25 million. And then the bank took it over, and we have cold winters in Chicagoland, and a pipe burst. There were 6 million gallons of water. An agent went to go show it, and it was like Noah's Ark. You had animals floating by. I mean, not really, but 6 million gallons of water damage. So I had to rebrand the property. Of course, we disclosed everything was out there, but I gave it a new name. When you have unique properties, many times they come with a name. But you ought to think about giving it a distinct name as well. Do you know how I came up with this name? It was difficult. Anybody? I went to this amazing website, maybe you've heard of it before, called GoDaddy.com. And I said, oh man, which URLs are available? I thought it looked like a palace, so I just tried different combinations, and the PalaceRoyale.com was available, so that was the name I gave it based on the URL, the website that was available. All right, so tell the story with pictures, with bullet points. I sat down with the owner, he's 80 years old, and we interviewed him, part of the video. Because I wasn't just selling the winery, I was selling the business. And the story I wanted to tell was, it's so easy, like the Geico commercials. Those of you in the United States know Geico. They have the cheesiest commercials, but one of them, it's so easy a caveman can do it. I wanted it to be so easy to run a winery that an 80-year-old married couple can produce 60,000 bottles of wine running the business with one employee, their son. Again, amazing features through great photos. Don't just tell them it's got an audio. You got to show them with pictures that it's got a private putting green. All right. Leverage your videos. I showed you the behind the scenes. This is behind the scenes videos that have been very helpful for us. All right. So this is a little bit overlap here. Invite the media. I rented a helicopter for $1,000 to do a video in the Chicagoland skyline approaching this property. It was hazy. The footage wasn't even better than the drone. The drone footage was better. But part of what I negotiated ahead of time with Chicago Helicopter Tours, I could shoot an educational content video and a Facebook Live from their airfield, whatever you want to call it. There's me, there's my drone taking a picture of me filming. Okay? And there's the OCD in me. I told my photographer, oh, wait, hey, do you have me in the helicopter in there? Oh, yeah, I have it. Great. Okay, come over here. And I wanted to see what he was seeing. Don't just throw the keys, as I mentioned to your photographer. You got to paint the picture and tell them what it is you're looking for. All right, so those are just some examples of behind the scenes. Have fun with your lifestyle videos. All right. All right, I'm going to be at my booth, but before, and to answer any questions, we do have some prizes we're going to give away. We're giving away a copy of our book and some objection handling playing cards. So if you didn't do so, make sure you stop by afterwards. But I do want to do a Facebook Live video. I'm going to go back to it real quick because 80% of you had never done a Facebook Live at a real estate event or at a property, and that's a problem. So give me a second as I back this up here. I'm sticking around all tonight, so if you have any questions on anything that I covered, by all means, we'll have plenty of Q&A. So this is, when you go to Facebook, and you go to enter your status, you can type in Biltmore Hotel Luxury Conference. You can upload a photo, you can tag friends, you can say I'm feeling excited. This little red button down here that says Go Live. That's how you find your live button, okay? Now some of you are going to be bored out of your mind because you're doing Facebook Lives left and right. But my challenge, Teresa, the real test is when they walk out the door. I want you to implement. I want each of you to do a Facebook Live if your hand wasn't raised before you leave and get back on a plane. So what you're going to do is you got to make sure it's in, so I'm here, what's on my mind? And for right now, I'm just going to type in 25th Annual Miami Congress. And then what you're going to do is you're going to hit that red button that says Go Live. Now, you can go live if you want. If you want to go live, filming me go live. And that's the other thing. If you're not comfortable doing a video with you walking around, you don't even have to say anything. You can literally do a Facebook Live at a property showing it and just tag it. It's a luxury mansion tour, whatever it is. All right. So, hit that. Now you see here, add to your post. I'm going to click on this red button that says Go Live. Now, I'm filming that, so I got to change it so I'm in selfie mode. So you see me right here. You can see everybody wave. Okay, I'm not live, by the way, because I did not hit the start live video button. So you might want to make sure you got look at your hair, whatever, before you hit that live button. But when you hit live, you will be live. Okay, so we're gonna test this out here and see how it is. So I'm going to hit this and it counts down. And I assume when I hit start, I start waving ahead of time because you never know when it really is going to start filming you. So I hit live. So, hey, everybody wave. We have the sharpest agents in Miami and across the world here. I'm at the 25th Annual Miami Congress. If you haven't attended this, you need to check it out next November, right? Do we have the dates? No, it's posted online. I don't want to put Lynn on the spot. Oh, yeah. November 8th through the 10th, 2020. Check it out, miamicongress.com. We are with some of the best agents and developers, and we have, how many countries we have represented today in the room? 17 countries are represented at this conference. Yesterday we toured an Ashton Martin, the first development, 66-story condo high-rise. It was amazing. But we are teaching agents best video strategies here. We're at the Biltmore in Coral Gables. Come down and visit. And if you have any questions, post it down below. Michael LaFido, go make someone's day today. So that's how easy it is. Now, when I hit end, and what happens is a blue button pops up that says share. So when I hit the end button, when I was live, I was live. But if it tanked or a big semi-truck came by and it ruined your backdrop, you were live and that semi-truck would be there. But when you end your video, you can have the option of sharing it on your wall. So tonight or tomorrow, someone that's on your Facebook page, it will still be posted. You can keep it there, you can make it your story or not. So that's all the time I have. I challenge you to step outside your comfort zone. That's really where the magic happens. I have one nostril bigger than the other. I got one eye that doesn't open bigger than the other. That's true, by the way, but I share that with you because that is one of the reasons people don't do videos. I don't like the way I look, I got to lose weight, check the excuses at your door. The real challenge for you is when you step out of your comfort zone. My name is Michael LaFido. You guys have been awesome. Thank you.